Aquarius, I'm Lisi, the High Priestess, and this can resonate in your past, present, or future. Okay, conversations that you're having. So, this is a brand new channel with my old name. Press like, subscribe, notification bell. With the notification bell, you can get my lives. If not, you'll have to wait 12 hours. Okay. Excuse me a second. Okay, so you could be rolling your eyes at a message. Okay, so this card just kept, like, I kept looking at this card. This is the double high priestess. Okay, you're talking to another high priestess like you. Okay, you're dealing with two high priestess, two people with divine gifts. Okay, um two people. This high priestess is a little bit more powerful than this one, but they're still high priestess. So I'm gonna tell you, I feel like it's a high priestess. This high priestess right here, the dome isn't covering them up, okay? But they have like a little dome right here. So I feel like they can see the world, okay? And then over here, we have the high priestess, and she has a boulder right here, and it's covered up. Okay, so I feel like this one, as above, so below. Okay, because look, this is open, right? Open energy going straight up. And then this is closed energy going down. But they're both still high priestess. And I feel like both these high priestess are having a conversation. And this one says Tarot Illuminati, the tarot bag. Okay. Got it in the bag. Okay. And then this one, the Tarot Illuminati, the journal. Okay. So I feel like this is the life of the high priestess. Okay. And this is the life of how the high priestess gets the bag. Okay. But this is the journey on getting the bag. Okay. Also, when I was a young high priestess versus to I'm an older high priestess type of energy. Okay. So what else does spirit want me to say? Ooh, I almost knocked over my tarot deck. Also, I have mixed both of these tarot cards. And so both of them are working together, okay, to give you one message, okay? Because I mixed these two tarot decks today. You're actually not supposed to do that, but I felt inclined to do it. So I'm trying to give you whatever I can, okay? Reputation, okay? Also, I feel like someone has a double reputation right here. Someone has a reputation of the light, and then some other people think that the reputation is of the dark. Okay, I feel like depending on your energy is depends on the energy this high priestess will give you. For example, if you throw dark, if you come face to face, let's say two women who are high priestesses come face to face, right? One is dark and one is light, right? And you're both looking at each other. Are you going to sit down and have a conversation, or are you going to automatically go to war because one is is has knowledge on the dark and the other one has knowledge on the light? Or will you become together as a medium and have information that both of you can use? I feel like coming from both sides, two different worlds meeting up together, but both of them care about their reputation. Two different sides coming together, two different sides to have a conversation with one another, to get to know each other. You know what this reminds me of? Power. When Ghost and Angela, Angela Vasquez, I think that was her name, Angela Vasquez. She was an FBI agent, right? But she grew up with Ghost when he was a kid. That was their first love. She became an FBI agent, and Ghost became a drug dealer, one of the top drug dealers in New York, and both of them fell in love. That is forbidden, but it happens all the time, because Angela started to find out there was crooked cops, and Ghost started to find out that they can find friends with the right cops. See, understanding both worlds. See, nowadays, people assume that the cops are the bad guys and the drug dealers are the bad guys. But what if I told you that there's bad guys in the cops, with the drug dealers, with religion, with these institutions, with these entities, Illuminati, enlightenment, religion, everything in this world, whether it's a group, where it's a type of people, they carry bad and good. We all carry good and bad in us. We carry angels and demons within us that work together. Now, I was having a conversation yesterday with another Aquarius, of course, and I had told her, I said, we need to learn what our demons are so we can master it and we can talk more to our angels, because you got to be careful listening to those voices because they can become you. And I was telling her, it's like, I can't stand when people say the devil made me do it. No, all the devil does is bring you things, okay, and see if you will fall for it, because you have free will to do what you want. The devil's temptation, material things, it's all temptation, and we get to choose if we want to go with our demons or if we want to go with our angels. Now, no one in this world is a saint. Show me a saint and I'm gonna show you a liar. Ain't no one walking this earth a saint. Did you know once Jesus lashed out at church for people selling stuff in there, he got a big old whip and he started whipping everybody's ass? People would say that's not of God, right? Let's just say at that time he was like his brother. And you know who Jesus' brother was? The devil. Now, I was saying this to an Aquarius yesterday. I go, so if we know we carry an angel and the devil within us, we have Jesus and the devil within us, right? Now, and you know our body is a vehicle, right? Who are you going to let drive your vehicle? Are you going to let the devil drive your vehicle, or are you going to let Jesus drive the vehicle? Because I'll tell you, with Jesus, if Jesus drives your vehicle, he's going to have insurance, right? And he's going to stop at the stoplights. He's going to fill up your tank before he gives it back to you, right? Okay. He'll make sure that there's no dents. Your car's going to be well taken care of, right? But if you let the devil drive, he will have no insurance. He's going to be out all night, okay? And he's going to be drunk, okay? And he's going to be swerving. He's going to be hitting the curbs. And when you get back your car, it will be on E, and there's going to be dents in your car. So tell me who you want driving your vehicle in the middle of the night. Jesus or, Satan. At the end of the day, both of them are brothers. Because Satan, people are out here like they always want to watch godly things because they're so scared of the dark. But I'm going to tell you something that is a big eye opener. Jesus was hanging out with the devil for a couple of months. For one, that's his brother. It will never leave him. And for two, if you think that you're like, I don't understand how people close that off to think that it doesn't exist. It does. And I'll tell you why, because we're walking in hell. And I was telling this to an Aquarius yesterday. I said, people look at the devil like he's so damn bad, but God, that was God's son still, and he loved his son so much that he gave him this world. And the devil actually taught him something. He said to himself, if my son does not want to live with me and he would rather rebel against me, what other angel can rebel against me too? So you know what? The devil did teach me something. So I'm going to give my son this world, and anybody that is worthy of an angel wing has to survive hell first before they obtain their angel wings. And this world is all an illusion, by the way. This is all an illusion. This is hell. And they were, I was with the whole family, so they were fascinated. They were like, so what happens, when we die? Are we going to go to hell? We're going to go to heaven. What happens? I was like, well, I believe in reincarnation. Who's to say that we don't go back down someone's birth canal and we get to live a different type of hell because of what we brought to this world the first time around? Okay, so let's say, for example, I was a horrible person, right? And I was killing children, raping women, beating animals, and all this, and I die, right? Who's to say I don't reincarnate as a child that gets beaten? Or if I don't reincarnate as an animal and I get sliced up by some evil person that I used to be. And that's how I repay my debt. And when I die again, then I'll come in a different form. You know what I'm saying? Reincarnation of hell. But let's say I I had rocks thrown at me, like for example, Jesus. His own brother, whispered to everybody's ears and stuff and said things about him. He had to deal with the criticism, had the thorn on his head, and he still walked with his head up high and carried that cross. That, by the way, people like to adore the cross. Why do we not adore the cave? Because it was that cross. They're like, well, that's where he died. But why can't we celebrate his life? Because his life came back in that cave, not in that cross. I don't think people understand me, though. That cross that he carried with those thorns had the devil's energy all around him. All around him. Well, he had to deal with the BS that other people were putting out into the world, making up things about him, whispering in everybody's ears. And while he sat there with his head up high, he dragged that cross. And then when he got up there, when he was laying like this, and he gave his life for a nobody. And little did people know that he was going to wake up in that cave and he was going to be surrounded by people who were like him, that saved him. He was all in white. But we're not going to disagree to say that wasn't Jesus hanging out with the devil when he was out there? What was it, 30 days, 40 days, 40 nights, or whatever? He was hanging out with the devil. And it's like he knew it, but he couldn't get rid of him, right? Even if he wanted to. And he was talking to God a lot. He was talking to God a lot, like, what's going on? And he was trying to tempt him to do this, to do that. And he's just like praying and talking, but he was hanging out with the devil, right? Was he not hanging out with the devil? See, and that's how we are as in our body. Though we like it or not, we carry both energy. We carry the dark and we carry the light. But who you hanging out with? Who you hanging out with at night? Who you hanging out with during the day? But are you telling me you're Jesus during the day and you're the devil at night? But thank God for forgiveness. Thank God for forgiveness, okay? Because when Jesus was acknowledging what was going on, he realized when he was finally dying, like, you know what? God, forgive me for whatever I've done. No, take my life. Because just think about it. He was hanging out with the devil. And maybe that's why he had to die. Although the Bible writes it out in a different story. Let's assume that it's just watching the movie. Does it? People are, they automatically, because they already know what's going to happen to him, right? They already know what's going to happen to him. But what if you didn't? What if you didn't know? What if it was your first time watching the movie, right? You wouldn't know that he was, he wasn't just, he appeared on him, but he was hanging out with him. He was chilling with him. He was chilling with him. And he couldn't get rid of him, so he had to accept that he was going to be there. That's how our life is in this world. We have to accept that there is dark in order for there to be light, and there must be light in order for there to be dark. It's balancing the ethers. And you will build a reputation, because Jesus had a reputation of being a good guy, right? And because he was the good guy, the first time he ever lashed out, people looked at him as a bad guy. And because he was a good guy, they knew that they could beat on him, do all this. And if he would have used his gifts, to destroy everyone there, he would have got the reputation as the devil. Right? Right? And the devil always comes to you in disguise, everything that you ever wanted, because all he was doing was tempting this person, right? And let me tell you something. Do you ever think about that man that was hanging in that cross, that bad man, was the devil? And so Jesus and the devil are next to each other in the same cross. One is dying because he is good, and the other one's dying because he is bad. And so what Jesus did was, God, take my life and give it to the devil so he can be reborn again into Jesus. Because if I'm going to die like this, do not let my life waste for nothing. And then there was a transition, right? And that man became a good guy. He was no longer lost because Jesus found out the formula of what his mission was. And then at the end, he still survived, right? And I was telling this group of people yesterday, I was like, why do people not how do people not realize that the devil is Jesus's twin? And that's why he couldn't get rid of him when he was out there in the field. It's just that Jesus learned how to tame him, like Cain and Abel. All right. It's a reincarnation of the same situation in a different time. Stay with me. Stay with me. Because Adam and Eve had twins, right? And when Eve was in the garden, she fell into temptation. She ate the apple. Who is not to say that snake was the devil, Adam's twin, and they both had two seeds, a good one and a bad one. One was reincarnation of the devil, and the other one was the reincarnation of Adam. Brothers. But I don't need the Catholic Church or Jehovah Witnesses coming to burn me down to the stake. Okay, y'all done already did that to some of my ancestors. I'm just saying, but I'm saying we are capable of being in our worst behavior, but we're also capable of being our best versions of ourselves. And at the end of the day, people want to make it look like it's not you. They're like, oh no, it was the devil that did it. Oh no, I'm a saint. But at the end of the day, realistically, you carry both energies in you. Don't start calling me a liar real quick. You carry both energies. That's why Jesus died, so we could be forgiven for our flaws when we don't know no better. The Eight of Swords and the Knight of Swords, because it's in us. You see how it's in them, the outside and the inside, but we're all on the same horse. And though we like it or not, God allows the devil to do things. But when he doesn't, he sends angels down when he disagrees. Nah, you're having too much fun. And I feel like God was trying to show the devil that he still loved him, and that and whenever he wants to change, he can change. What if we have the power to change the devil back to an angel? And that's how we'll win this war, the spiritual war. But I don't know. I don't know. I'm just the high priestess that's talking about as above and so below.